can't, because the light is reflecting in my glasses. I'm going to look like a right. The light. Turn your volume up. Turn the volume up. The light is reflecting in my glasses. I don't want people seeing my eyes. It's too high risk. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start on Russell Brand's Instagram live. I just got a few technical issues. No, I'm using a lighting ring. One my wife uses for her beauty, and you can see the ring in my glasses. I literally look like a ring piece. It's a problem, mate. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I want to thank you for taking the risk to be in this space I like to call truth, when we're in this necessary lockdown because people are dying, right? Apparently, not that anyone knows anyone that's died, and a few of the people that I've seen in the newspapers also are in the books of Equity, the acting union, and Spotlight magazine. Now, I'm not saying actors are pretending to be dead people to fake the coronavirus. I'm just saying some of these people who nobody's met, no one's heard of, and no one knows, worked as actors before. Suspicious? I don't know. If you don't know who I am, my name's Terry Donovan, not Terence. My mum actually put Terry on the birth certificate. And I have for years been blogging on my truth blog, Truth Hurts, Pull My Truth Out. I've got Truthache. Would you like some root canal surgery on my truth? All of these blogs, all been taken down over and fucking over again. Funny that, isn't it? I'm just little fucking muggy nobody. Yet I put something online, innocuous, stays up. I dare to comment and provide proof of the connection between 5G and COVID-18, and boom, taken down like that. Every blog. I don't want to be on this fucking twats. Sorry, no disrespect to Russell Howard, but I don't want to be on his Instagram. I want to be on my own website, on my own portal. I'm going to relaunch a truth platform. And but I've got no choice, you know what I mean? Me and other people that speak the truth, Jim Davison, Tommy Robinson, people like that, artists, all forced to communicate through different areas. This, if you're asking what this, a few people are asking what this is. I'm sorry about the fucking ring piece in my face, but I ain't going lens free. I can't risk it. Facial recognition. These have actually got a special lens in that cancel blue light and stop Chinese facial recognition. Every time you go for a Chinese takeaway, you think that's CCTV in there, then you're more of a mug than what I had my fucking coffee out of this morning. That goes straight to Bangkok, like that. They record it, and the Chinese government got your face. With these motherfuckers, do you know what they get? Just a pair of, have you seen like Harry Potter with the Dementor in it? That's what you look like. It's a facial recognition camera. Now, I've been a lot of shit. I've got an injunction out since I started all this 7 days ago, because I implied, I've got to say that now, that allegedly the biggest people to gain from this fake virus, this virus that's definitely killing people, or is it, got a cough, oh help me, mugs. Who made the most money? I've said it before, I'll say it again. The supermarkets. And I dared to out Iceland. They made £1.3 billion in the first 4 days of lockdown. You cannot get a prawn ring. There's a waiting list for a prawn ring. Are you going to tell me that's not connected? Remember the golden rule. When two things happen at the same time, they're always connected. That word coincidence is used like marijuana to make you stop thinking like a fucking sheep. There's no such thing as coincidence. Two things happen because they're related. That's fucking science. They're the cunts that invented the scientific method. And people like me that have studied a lot, we're not allowed because we don't have the little bit of paper that says we belong to the private fucking society. Well, fuck you. I stayed up for 5 days, yeah? I did have something a bit naughty in the flat, so it was easy. I stayed up for 5 days solid. You're going to tell me there's anything about coronavirus that I can learn? I was up for 5 days, read everything, completed the internet, as my mate Dave Repton says. Dave, someone who does need to be in hospital, by the way. There are people out there, this is the other subject. Dave Repton, my mate, he got sectioned in Faliraki in 2008 because he did too much gear. and he's never recovered. You know, there's people that's got real fucking issues out there. I left my old life behind. I could have carried on being a fucking idiot. I did things that I've hated. I used to be part of a firm, I won't say which club, but it wasn't East Ham. And I ain't proud of some of the shit we did. Do you know what I mean? We were out one time and I was like to my mate Dave Repton, this is before he got sectioned, I was like, do you smell bacon? Sure enough, fucking little, tiny little filth wagon. And I lost my head. I lost it, yeah. I don't know if you've ever been at a match and done a ket pie. A ket pie is where you get hot pie, wrap a ket in the middle, you eat the pie, come up on the ket afterwards. So I wasn't in my right mind and I'm not proud of it. Seen the fucking meat wagon and a few of us tipped it over. 3 of us. I was fucking doing decadrabbling roids at the time. I was so fucking strong and angry. And we tipped the old fucking meat wagon over. The fucking coppers came out like bacon falling out the back of a fucking packet. Fucking one of the coppers' hats came off and fucking tumped him. Got away, CCTV deal. And I'm not proud of that. Wasn't fun. Didn't enjoy it. Just draw the dots. China, 5G, Iceland supermarket. You'll see it makes sense. Go on, try it. Just pause this chat, go and try and buy a prawn ring. Just fucking try. You will not get one. A few things I want to talk about. People were like, oh, I can't wait for the vaccine to be released. Me neither. They can't wait to stick their dirty little needles in us and stop us thinking. By the way, if you just joined, I'm Terry Donovan. I've done a takeover of Russell's Internet for the night. And I'm linking truths that they don't want spoken. This stream will get cut off at some point. Hopefully not before I've had my amazing guests. I've got some guests lined up for you. They're ready to come on. The vaccine that they are preparing. Have a little Google of the ingredients. Zinc, monochlorium hydrochlorate. What's that? Why do you want something you can't pronounce being injected into you? No thanks. Do you think, oh, fucking Neanderthals in the cave 200 years ago going, I don't want polio, I better put some monoclydramate in me. Does that make sense to you? Of course not. It's a way of keeping polio going inside you, using these foreign chemicals. Do not vaccinate your fucking kids. You'd be better off drowning, the little cunts. Vaccination. Listen, vax means goat in Greek. Nation, the country, goat, they're calling you fucking goats while they stick a fucking shiv in your arm and inject junk. I had less damaging shit when I was inside. Tipping that van over. There's loads of things I want to talk about tonight. Siri, Alexa, cats carrying virus. That is not a go. You know, it's no other animal. There's no dog scares. There's no fucking, all my Staffordshire Bull Terrier was causing a bit of ag over the park and it got coronavirus. There's no budgies with a touch of the fucking, that COVID-18. It's cats. Cats. What does that tell you? You lost, didn't you? Google Andrew Lloyd Webber investments. And you'll fucking see. Right. I've got some amazing guests due on tonight. I know there's lots of people that want to ask me some questions. So I've just, in about 2 minutes, I need more tonic. In a minute, I'm going to connect. It's a bit of a time difference. Well, if you believe in time difference, I don't. That's another podcast we did about the GMT as a fabrication. There is naturally a difference of time zones. It's the way the sun reflects off molecules, creating the illusion of time difference, another way of controlling us. I will be connecting with Professor Kempfner. I've got some questions for him. There are agents watching this call. I'm waiting for Professor Kempfner to connect. I'm seeing if he's there. Any second now, Professor Kempfner is going to join this interview, and we go way fucking back. He's a top lad, Yank, but you know, science has no borders, as I like to say.
Oh, hi, Terry.
Hey, Kempfner, what's
Terry, how
happening?
are you?
I'm
Oh,
good, mate.
sorry,
Whoa,
you
whoa. What are you
just
drinking
having a
now?
little cup of something here. Bear
What are you
with.
drinking?
Oh, now that it's a panda tea, and it's made out of a panda dung, which was cultivated in the mountains of Yan, Sichuan, and it's fertilized by the dung of pandas. So, cheers! It's
Panda
very
tea.
good for the soul.
And I take it you don't subscribe to the bullshit we're told about pandas being endangered. I don't know, there's fucking got this hilarious thing going in this country where they have two actors, it's actually Ant and Dec,
Sure.
they're TV hosts in this country. They dress up as pandas and pretend to be in danger and then fuck whilst children watch at Edinburgh Zoo to create the fake narrative that pandas. So people will believe in global warming, that musical.
Listen to me. That is something that I find very easy to believe. You know, and have you ever wondered why the WWF, not the wrestling, but the World Wildlife Federation, they use a panda? Would they use an animal that is near to being extinct? I ask
Absolutely
you
not.
that, Terry.
Brainwashing. It's brainwashing.
It sure is.
And
Well, look, it's great to be here. It's really
yes,
lovely
mate.
to meet you. Finally.
I know. I mean, we did. Well, we didn't meet, but we were in the same. I heard about you because we were both in Phuket at the same time. That's where you met your wife. You're married to a Thai bird, no, aren't you?
Yes, I am, and she is being very, very quiet at the moment. I've sat.
That's why
her...
I love them. I know that
Yeah.
some people will probably say that's misogynistic, but there's nothing wrong with introversion.
Well,
Loud mouths dominate. You know what I mean?
Listen, I lock the door on my way out and she stays quiet. If you think that is a bad thing, then I say that you have to look within yourself.
And she probably is. She's probably centering herself. Hence, so anyway, we could talk about Mei Lin and Dulan all day long. She's beautiful, by the way. I checked out her Insta, and more about the proof because about 5G and COVID-18. Sorry, COVID-19. A few people are correcting me. COVID-19. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of 18 because I'm talking about my wife, and that's the age she was when I flew her to you.
Okay,
so
look,
I'm 18 in the end.
I'm sure she was.
But there's some argument that, and you're as a doctor, you'll know this as a doctor of science. Your dissertation was in
it was
lavender oil.
In render oil. I mean, that's where the group was founded. The group that you've been. Well, I know you've applied, and we will come back to you on that. But it was, it was all about, we wanted to get ourselves into the nuts and bolts of intellect, and we wanted to make sure that the mind runs smoothly, Terry, and that is using interrogation and the oil of thoughts. And, that is why our group is called Essential Oils.
That's right. So you're the radical intellectual group, Essential Oils. And obviously you're long from studying, for being a doctor of aromatherapy. That was the first science you mastered. But now you've moved on to learning the truth about 5G.
Yeah.
You want to talk us through that?
Well, look, I want to take you right back, if you wouldn't mind. We're going to go back because communication, in the Stone Age started with rock, making noises on the side of a cave. And then it became sort of physical gestures. How best to explain it? So, if you've got somebody who masturbates a lot, I don't know if you know anybody who does that.
I call my forearm the swan, put it that way.
Right, okay.
Lockdown, do you know what I mean? It's lockdown. I've watched, there's only so many times you can watch Rise of the Foot Soldier 4 Marbella before you get bored.
Sure. Now, listen, Terry, so what I was trying to explain is if you've got someone who uses a gesture, if to someone who masturbates, they would use this gesture like this. Okay?
Yeah, that's actually a way of greeting each other here. We will sometimes wave out the window, like if I'm going down Millwall. I mean, I don't do any of that shit anymore, but I will go, wah! Out the window, and it's just a way of saying hello before kick-off. Well, and I do not mean with a fucking ball. You know what I mean?
You know what's fascinating about that is back in the Stone Age, they wouldn't have even had to say wanker. They would have just done that, and people would have known exactly what they meant because they spoke in gestures. And then we moved on to the Paleolithic age, where we developed language. and we would communicate using a cup and a string. But of course, they would have used something like, I don't know, like a conch shell and, you know, a sort of animal's intestine. Because, you know, when we talk, Terry, our vocal cords make the molecules in the air vibrate. Now, I'm going to do a little test with you, because if you put your hand to your throat like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you talk, Terry, can you feel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I choked.
Oh, I know why you're fucking laughing. This is about our little video chat the other night.
No, it's.
This is not something sexual.
No, I don't want to bring that up. But when you talk, can you feel vibration? Can you feel, Terry? You've vanished, Terry.
I'm sorry, I fucking had a wrong and L-skin before dinner, so I've got a bit of a cough.
Now look, did you feel the vibrations? That's all I'm asking.
Oh, yep, I've got them. Tell me about. I think we might.
Because what I'm trying to say is, Terry, if you could relax, is that you feel those vibrations, and that is how we communicate, because the air molecules and the other air molecules around them vibrate, and so on, and that is how sound travels through the air.
It's like when you do the scientific experiment with the yogurt pot and the string.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, that's what it eventually became. But of course, you know, as we move through the ages and up to 2020, and you know, you go back to sort of the late 80s, and we were suddenly mobile, okay? And then when we became mobile, we were transmitting sounds all the way around the world. And, you know, that transmission, you know, that is sort of like the herpes of communication, because that's when we started to be affected by these things in the late 80s.
And this is how it started. So the communication, what you're doing is you're drawing a connection between the evolution of communication and the evolution of disease. It's not that one is causing the other. They are the same thing.
Well,
they are the same fucking. Listen to this, people. Disconnect people that can't handle truth. Ta-ta, people who live in fucking Disney World where you can get a virus from a bat. This wasn't written by Bram Stoker. You cannot get you can't get ill from a bat. You can't.
No.
It's
and did you know that
by communication?
When you think about the radio was forced into the transmission of people's homes, and you know, that was kind of like the syphilis of its time, but within the transmission of radio waves. And do you know who died of syphilis? Beethoven, Mozart, Schumann. Some say within our group at Essential Oils that there is a direct correlation between the two. Would you agree?
I wouldn't call it a correlation. I would say an actual link proved. I would go one step further. I mean, maybe if you're Helen Keller, you will struggle to draw a connection. I don't think there's people on here with brains. We're dropping down there. Keep dropping. Keep dropping. Now, anything else before we go, Professor? Because I have got Eamonn Holmes waiting to come on.
Okay, well, look,
he's coming on in about 15 minutes, and I really want to speak to him.
Look,
because we've had a celebrity that's actually come out and put his neck.
Really?
He's got a neck, and he's put it on the line.
Well, fantastic. Well, look, last thing I'll say was, you know, you remember Princess Diana, God rest her soul.
Yeah.
A lot of flower companies made a lot of money, Terry. A lot of flower companies. And has anybody spoken to Elton John?
No. And this is why this is, we might be going a bit far there, but I mean, it's not too far when you consider the Iceland thing. People are often scared to back rationale what the people that stood to benefit. If I stood to benefit from burning my fucking house down and there was a fire tomorrow, it's not coincidence, is it? If I left a candle in the wind, it blew over.
I'm glad you got our package there.
Yes, this is some of the oils you've sent me. I did put some Yang Lang on my, I don't know what the medical term for it is, helmet. And that has really helped calm me during lockdown. Professor, I've got to go. I've got another
that's fantastic. Well, look, thank you so much for the money you sent us. You are a valuable member now.
Good. Yep. Okay. Thanks a lot, man. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Well. Let's see if that makes the fucking press tomorrow. I doubt if it will. I'm looking next. Someone else to connect with. There's Danny Stone, who lectures at Hertfordshire University. He's going to talk to me. I've known this guy for years, and he's got an interesting background. He was on the dance scene for a while. He then moved through alternative rave scene into academia, and he now works at Hertfordshire University talking about chemical poisoning. This is another thing that's going on. So we're going to try and connect with him now. Can you hear me, Danny? Are you there? Trying to connect with Danny Stone. There he is. Danny, how you doing?
Hello, Terry.
How are you? You all right, mate? Last time I saw you, you were fucking, your back was, it was in a field. You're like a camel. I don't know what you'd take. Well, like nothing illegal, obviously. Like
I've moved on from those days, Terry. And I'd just like to correct you. It's not Hertfordshire University.
Yeah.
It's Hertfordshire Regional College.
Oh, your further educational college in Cheshire.
That's the one.
And you're a lecturer there,
I'm not lecturing. I work in the library.
Right.
I'm not the head librarian, but when she dies, I will be.
So
but
Danny,
my point is,
yes. Sorry, Danny. Yeah, go on. I want to know about the chemical elements involved in this 5G poisoning. Do you think that the government are working towards some sort of moody vaccine they want to jack us up on?
I completely agree with you, Terry. And what they're keeping secret from us, it's hidden in plain sight. I want to show you something that I myself have found.
Yeah.
Now, I don't trust government face masks. I've made one myself out of a simple kitchen roll and some, it's not sticky black plastic, that was parcel tape.
Yeah.
Now, amyl nitrate.
Yes. Or
commonly known as poppers.
Yes, and sometimes used by queers, gay people, isn't it?
Call them what you will.
Yeah.
I have found a small amount. Please the airways.
Right.
Now, that's not everything.
Yeah.
That's not everything. This is the most important.
Sorry, Danny, just to bring you back on topic, the vaccine that they're developing, do you think there's going to be any moody chemicals in that? That's what people want to know.
Well, it's not going to be moody. They're lying to us. Once again, lies.
Yeah.
Let me once again show you. Have you heard of methyl-dimethylamphetamine?
Is that the one they used to give to polio? No, MDMA. Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
I think you'll know that one, Terry.
Yeah.
Now, let me just point something out to you here. There's a C. There is an O.
Yeah.
V. I. And then if we turn it upside down, and this again, very cleverly hidden from us all, a D.
So you're saying that COVID-19 is hidden within MDMA?
Yes.
And so, who was behind developing these pills that would have given us COVID then? Probably
like Danny Ramplin and all those DJs.
All right, Danny. Well, I thank you very much for. We'll come back to you next week. I want to hear your theories. If you can, just research the vaccine. That's what I want to speak to you about. I've got Eamonn Holmes hanging. Thank you very much for speaking.
Okay. Bye. Thanks, Terry. Thanks.
I mean, fascinating theory. There were gaps in it. Wasn't it nice to see Bill Gates get a little bit of fucking justice? Nice to see a window. The man who didn't vaccinate his children, has never been to a doctor, and doesn't buy clothes that he hasn't made himself. He also killed and ate his own dog once. Has never been to China. And believes that all people who come from New Zealand stink of onions. And this is a man that we say is the greatest entrepreneur of his age. Making nets for malaria, a magic disease that apparently exists inside fucking blue bottles. That makes sense? Well, thanks for with us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to say I'm just waiting now, like killing a bit of time. I didn't want to go this past 30 minutes and that. But someone's just quite correctly said, Fear 93, that Bill Gates is behind the vaccine and MDMA. It's an interesting theory. We're waiting now for Eamonn Holmes to connect. He will connect shortly. And when he does, I'm not going to be giving him a hard time like the rest of you fucking sheeple, eager to slam Eamonn. I'm going to be asking him the reality of his story, about what it's like to be called out by the media. I've just got Eamonn's agent texting me on there, on my Nokia. So let's see. We've got an absolute television legend.
Hello there. How you doing, Terry?
Eamonn, how are you? Your life at the moment? Oh my God, you poor fucker. It reminds me, I was about 20 years ago, I did a pitch invasion in Luton, and I was fucking like that, right over the 6 o'clock news. And it was horrible. Everyone like jumping in. But these days, what with social media, your MySpace, your Bebo and LinkedIn, you must be getting your fucking nuts kicked 24/7.
Well, look, I think it's important to speak out about these things, and I think you've been doing a lot of that. And I think, all I'm saying is that I don't think we should rule out, things. And, it has not been proved that it was not 5G, and it has not been proved. And, yes, that's what I wanted to get across to the people.
This is the thing people never ask. What's not been proved?
Thank you very much, Terry. And it is nice to have people like you coming around and helping with these views, because there's a lot of people, that say a lot of things, that have not been proved. People say that you shouldn't have your phones on in the bedroom when you're trying to sleep. But, the other night, Terry, I have my phone in the bedroom. I won't let it leave my side. And I stayed up all night and watched Ruth, and she slept all night, Terry. She slept all through the night.
That's fascinating. And will you tell us, I know you're limited to what you can say, and you sort of trod that line of ambiguity where you've said that it's not something that's been disproved, the link to COVID-18 and 5G. But let's just say, are you suspicious about your devices?
Well, Terry, it's interesting you asked that, because one of the things that I do, there's a slight precaution, and I don't know if you might want to try this as well, or anybody who's still tuned in, is you see this remote here? This is the remote for my TV, and I've only taken that out to show you, because I keep that here in my slipper, just like that, you see, and it still works, Russell. Terry, sorry, I know you're using Russell Howard's Instagram, but yes. I do that because it's infrared, Terry, and something that I watched in a lot of your videos is you said wake up, and I hope that people do wake up, because even things like that, that is a precaution that I take, especially around these times.
And what about things like Siri and Alexa that people have got switched on? The other day, it said to me, Siri's not available, and I fucking chinned it, wrote my phone off. And do you know what? My new phone's going, I ain't going to switch it back on.
No,
I don't want someone fucking mugging me, telling me they're not available, they are, and listening to this and that. Given what you think about COVID travelling into your hemoglobins via 5G, do you have your Alexa and Siri switched on? Have you disabled stuff like that?
Listen to me, Terry. The reason I switched them off was because we had this one time. People say that these things aren't listening to you. They say, Eamonn, don't be so stupid, Eamonn. You're a silly old fuck. And I say, don't talk to me like that, Ruth. And I tell you, I was having a conversation with Ruth. We were going to get a new gazebo fitted in the back garden. We were having a wee talk about it. And suddenly the next day, after I'd showed it a few photos on Google, I was on another website and I suddenly had adverts for gazebos. Now tell me, how the hell has that happened without Alexa listening?
And I switched her off. They expect us to respect an election result. If it knows about gazebos, it sure as hell fucking knows if I'm on, I don't know, English Front web. I wouldn't be on the English Front website, but if I was, They would fucking know I've been on there.
Mm.
They're going to know. It's like me. I got hit with some fucking West Ham shit. And because I was cruising some of the internet from the Millwall pitch invasion videos from '86. The next day, someone said, "Do you want to buy an artwork? It's like a black and white mural of someone bottling a copper." Now, how did they know that? Well, I used, obviously not interested now, but how did they know that's the sort of thing I used to be interested in? Listening.
I think slightly different, but I certainly agree that they are listening. You know, something else I was going to say as well. You know that a lot of people are saying about the Earth being round, and I have a sneaky suspicion that that is something coming from NASA, who I think they want to take a little bit more power from us, Terry. And listen, I'm not here to prove or disprove, but all I'm saying is NASA have a lot of power.
Yeah, and people don't like it when people like you come from a place of knowledge, because it threatens the status quo. You're here to shake up power. Now, you might not have a traditional science degree, but think of the people you've spoken to over the years. That's the same as having studied those subjects, is it not?
Yeah, of course. You know, anyone who comes within 2 meters of me, which is why they're having this 2 meter rule, anyone that comes within 2 meters, I immediately absorb their mind and their knowledge.
Exactly. And well, I wish you well, Eamonn, on your safe travels.
Thank you so much.
Been anywhere? Going anywhere?
I was due to go to Thailand at the end of this, but we will see if we can make our dates work.
Lovely. It's lovely. The women, I know you're married, but the fucking birds, I swear to you, mate. It's like being a god.
The Ruth is out there.
Love it.
Okay.
Eamonn, take it easy, mate.
Thank you very much, Terry. And listen, if you ever want to come on ITV, you just give me a wee text. All right. Bye-bye.
I would do, mate. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Absolutely fantastic there, Eamonn Holmes. So, yeah, I mean, it's nice. I'll get stick there because I'm giving sound to someone who people want silenced. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed this truth broadcast, this truthcast.